Going on, Optimist? It is Joel here, and today is Thursday, May 4th. Wow, tomorrow's thinking tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday already, and it has been a crazy week with with the market volatility and with what's been going on with the Fed rate and a bunch of other stuff happening in the economic markets. So today, I have not really taken a look at the market today, but today we've got the Q1 of U.S. productivity, which is down 2.7%. We have U.S. unit labor costs for Q1, which is up 4.5%. We have the trade deficit, which is down 64.2 billion. We have jobless claims at 242K. The forecast was 236K, so a little worse than the forecast there. And continuing jobless claims is 1.81 million, which is down from 1.84 million. So at least this number is going down. This is useful for the economy. Let's see. Let's take a look at the trade deficit. So U.S. trade deficit falls 9% to a 4-month low due to shrinking imports. Let's see, the nation's trade deficit narrowed 9% in March to a 4-month low of 64.2 billion. But shrinking imports points to weaker consumer spending and more stress on the U.S. economy. The trade gap declined from 70.6 billion in February. So down from 70.6 billion. And this is an indicator of weakness on the economy since consumers are spending less. The U.S. imported fewer computer chips and earth-moving machines, a lower cost of oil, also reduced the amount of money spent on petroleum-related goods. Exports rose 2.1% to 256.2 billion. Sorry, man, eyesight issue. The U.S. exported more oil and autos. So a little bit up, a little bit down, but this essentially points to weaker consumer spending. What's up, Tiny? Good to see you. It has been a very crazy week. So in terms of my trading, the account is actually down right now about $20. Our high on the account was up to about 750. We took a major loss on Tuesday. That was, we started the day up about $250, 245 early into the stream. I talked about walking away, and I didn't. I overtraded and ended up giving back $1,400 to the market. So that took away all of my $750 in profits on the account and put us down about $1,000. Spent a good amount of yesterday recuperating, quite a bit actually. Our net at the end of the day was like 555, I think. And on that as well, I don't know. I saw a lot more opportunity yesterday than what I actually traded. I personally just felt like I needed to step away because I was like, you know what, I'm at my decision maximum. So currently here on the 1-minute chart, we've been declining basically since probably, my guess is this is the open. Yeah, since a few minutes after the open, we've basically been declining. We got this 50-200 moving average crossover right here at the open. Just a couple minutes before the open. And that really kind of gave a precursor to the day. I imagine that probably a good amount of people were kind of shocked by it because we do have this 5200 cross on the upside on the 1 minute at 608. Just kind of, I think I'm probably going to go a little slow today. That was a nice rip. That's funny. I was actually considering going along there. I was considering going along right here, but then I was like, there's not like any crossovers at all. Look at that rip. So from 4065 up to 4072. Okay, so this tells me there's a lot of range on the day. 4070, 466. So 12 tick range is not out of the question on the day for the 1 minute chart. 1 minute's kind of stacking up on the TTM here too, by the way. Let's take a look at the 20-second chart, which is on rip. So 20-second chart called out this rip with the moving average crossovers and the cyan switch. Looks like we're on approach for a trend reversal on the day, potentially. Actually, I retract that statement because I'm looking at the 200 moving average here. It's $10 away from the 200 or the 200 and the 50 moving average. They're $10 diverged from each other. So I don't know that we're working on a trend reversal yet. I think that this is probably going to sputter for a little while before we actually get to this point. That length of time, I don't really know. Probably the top of the hour if I had to guess. Or maybe at 45, which is in about 10 minutes. But that's probably the most optimistic outlook on it. My guess is it's probably going to be a bit longer, though. This is also bouncing off the low area. The low is there at 4063.5. Massive range. So there is a lot of opportunity. You definitely don't want to trade two to start. I might start with just one. Pushing down some. Losing a lot of the gains right there. Gonna put this at resistance zone right here at 7250, 73 area. And then another one here off 70. And then a support line here off 65. So 4065 area of support. I say area because obviously we've dipped below that and hit lows. But also, we bounced at it quite a lot of times. You can see right here, right in this zone. So no trades for me yet. Just looking for something that fits my style. We do have a fresh red right here. So this would be seemingly a nice short. But this could easily just go red to yellow pretty quickly, especially with that bounce there. This actually seems like a nice little move right here, but I want to check it on the one real fast. Come on, charts, load up. So one is at 3.4, 3.5 or so on the TTM, running into resistance at the 9 moving average and pushing down. Previous TTM's at 4.1, so they're diverged about 0.6. 0.5 or so. How much time is left in this? Okay, that actually ended on a doji. Man, look at the volatility on this.
Order filled.
I took one contract long there. I was trying to get out at 67.
Order filled.
There we go. We got that. Huge volatility. So I took this trade. That was a doji at the bottom trade. That was the point of it. We actually took 3 contracts. Hey, you know what? That works out in my favor anyway. So we made $103 on that. I was intending to take one contract. You know, hey, whatever. Oh, works, I guess. So that puts us up $103 on the day. Count is back in profit at $84. That's an insane rip from 65, bounced all the way up to 69. What's the volume like? Yeah, it's like 2,000 contracts per 20 seconds. So massive volume in the market today. Thank you. You know what, Tiny, though? The death by 1,000 cuts really just means 1,000 scars that you can heal from. It's only death if you let it become so. Obviously, sometimes death is outside of our control, but nonetheless, if we're still breathing, there's still hope. At least that's always been my philosophy in life. And even many times when I wasn't breathing, there was still hope, at least in my opinion. Yeah, same actually, Tiny. I've actually learned some stuff from you. I've learned some stuff from Pawn. Uh, I learned I learned quite a lot from you guys in the Discord community because I listen to what you guys like. I read what you guys have to say, even if I don't respond to everything. Man, that was a nice rip right there. But I do read a lot of what you guys say, and sometimes end up doing research on it and applying it to my own strategy or my own analysis. So this could reject right here. Watch out for the resistance level that hit over here. This looks stronger than the previous rip, and I say that because you can see this one had a lower low, this one had a slightly higher. It's actually kind of forming almost like a channel in a way. It's very, very volatile today, so I'm trying to like be cautious. There's a lot of range. Okay, we're actually getting a cyan switch on the 1 minute side.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, took another 3 and 3 for positive day of 207 at the moment. We're only about 15 minutes in. I'm trying to be very, very cautious today. So we've got this 9-12 crossover and a cyan switch on the 1 minute side. But the 1226 is like right on this crossover. So you can see we're getting contract dumped right now. I mean, I don't even know if I can call it that because the average is like 5,700 contracts per minute. So we're getting, 8,000-9,000 contracts per minute. It's crazy. Like on the high end, I meant for that. Okay, so that did cross over. I'm back to the 20-second chart. Nine is above 12. We got this declining pressure on the TCM. So we got 9 above 12. which is on that 26 cross. The 35 is below the 50. So I think for confirmation, I kind of want to see that 35 get above the 50. Um, 200 moving average at 75 and 50 at 68. Call it 69. It's pretty much right there. So 75 and 69. So it's about $6 diverged now. Breaking down some. I wonder if this is going to form, like you can see we got this sort of like this low area here, and then we pulled back, and then we did get a low, but it was higher than the previous low, and it looks like that's what's happening again. So we're getting this. I tried to draw this earlier. Sort of like this ascending support here. Man, look at that rip. Woo! Holy crap. Dude, that is like a $12 rip. That's insane. Yo, this is a crazy day, man. Whoa. I'm impressed. That's insane. Huge move, but man, like, how many contracts just went through that? That was like almost 20,000 contracts, pretty much entirely buys or covers, one of the two. 1 minute chart. 9 and 12 are very clearly in position. The 26 is very clearly crossover now, and 9 is crossing above 35. So there's definitely going to be a lot of volatility here, especially after that massive rip. Probably going to get a lot of sell-off, but I also think that we're going to get a lot of rip back up.
Order filled.
Join the bid right there. I was looking for a rip up to 78. It was kind of fluctuating in that zone. Wow, so close.
Order filled.
There we go. All right, we're up 310.50 on the day. Kind of stressful. Just the trades on the day, man. 5,200 cross getting together really fast. So this is a very volatile day. A lot of opportunity, a lot of risk. This is probably the most insane day I've seen in the futures market in forever. The 200 and the 50 on approach, they're only $4 away now. This gap closed so much faster than I expected. But like I said, about 7:45-ish, I think that we would have this some room. I did not expect anything like that. That is insane. Might go for like 7.6.
Order filled.
Long at 74. I was going to try to get it at 73.50, but 74 is not bad. We'll try to get it at 75.75. I'm in 2 contracts right now. My DOM is not keeping up with the movement, unfortunately. Okay, I don't really love this trade, so I'm gonna try to get out 74.50.
Order filled.
I was looking for that to pop back up. I still think 74.50 is a reasonable estimate here.
Order filled.
All right, we're out on that. Up 401.50 on the day. Made about $100 on that. Ultimately made about 3 ticks. Looks like our original trade idea would have worked out, but frankly, I think I was starting to get scared out of my position because of the dropping here. I was looking for a bounce off the 35, yeah, that's kind of what ended up happening. Just insane rips today. Be careful. That's all I can really say is just be careful. Look at that rip down. So rejection off 77, pulling all the way back down to 71.50, and then ripping all the way back up to 75. Like, yo, this is just insanity, pure insanity in the market today. Absolute pandemonium. I know, just insane. Like the size of the green candles, the size of all of it, like the size of the red, the size of the green. It's nuts, and the movement behind it. It's just absolute insane movement right now. We're on approach for a 5,200 cross. This is looking like another rip up. I'm expecting a pullback down to about 74, maybe 73 because of the volatility, but a bounce off 74 and a move back up towards 75, 76 area. We've got the TTM sort of stacking up. There's the move. It's so fast. This original one ripped all the way up to the VWAP. So I think that this is also going to rip up to the VWAP as well. I'm going to go for 2 ticks right here, and we'll look for a pullback to about this this zone right here of 75.25. Not happening. In 77 3/4 on that pullback there. We're gonna get out 78.25. All right, we got that. That was 2 contracts at 4 ticks. Now up 495.50 on the day. Watch out for a pullback right here. I'm looking for a pullback down to 76.50. Nope, it don't even care. It's like it just does not care. When you pull back, the chart patterns look pretty consistent. Like you've got this flag here, rip, pull back, flag, rip. So when you pull back on the charts, it looks pretty consistent, but it's just the sheer volatility of it all that you've got to be willing to be able to like go through the volatility of the trade to see if your trade idea works out. We have a 3-minute stacking up here as well. So that means we're going to run the resistance here at the EMA 35, which is right here at 79. And we're probably going to run the resistance here at 82, which is where the 50 moving average is on the 3-minute chart. And then again, resistance at 85. So that's 79, 82, and 85 for the resistance zones. This is pulling all the way back down to 77. That doesn't look like a bad buy right there. For me, a buy at 77 for a bounce up towards the EMA 35 at 78 and a quarter or so. So quick 3 to 5 ticks seems pretty reasonable. 5-minute chart. Whoops, what happened here? I'm gonna do that. All right, 5-minute chart getting its first 5-minute pullback in a while. And on approach for the crossover and science switch as well. So everything is looking to stack up for a trend reversal on the on probably what is going to be a pretty large rip. The ES is down $30 on the day, so this is either going to be a huge rip or a huge rejection, one of the two. I'm inclined to think it's going to be an uptrend. Because of the 5200 moving averages. No cross yet, but the amount of time it took to close the gap was like 25 minutes, super fast, considering how much of a gap there was. Just insane. I may walk away early because of number one, I'm already up $500. Number two, the volatility is like insane. Like there's so much opportunity in volatility here. But also at the same time, like I don't want to give back my profits. I'm back positive in the account. Accounts at 476 out of 3,000. So that basically means that we're back in the game, so to speak, where we got knocked down pretty hard on Tuesday. We've come back from that. We've come back swinging, and I don't really know that I want to give it back. We're at another 100% accuracy. If you want to see my accuracy on the week, check this out. So accuracy on the week is 82% almost. We've only taken 14 losses this week. Unfortunately, we had that day where we took some heavy losses. Like the biggest loss this week was 637.50, and that day was pretty dang bad. I wish this worked this out by day. Oh, there it is. Well, this is by time of day. So not bad this week though. Total profit is 2905. Total loss is 2185. So all in all, we're doing all right. A big rip instead of shorting. Went long and average down to break even. At least you got out of break even. I mean, dude, break even. If you can get out of trades break even, in my own personal opinion, like I actually think you're doing okay. And the reason why is because in a lot of ways that's managing risk, especially if you averaged down in order to get out break even. Obviously the best trades are the ones that are profitable. But I've even had profitable trades and I'm like, oh my gosh, can't believe I did that. And So it's that like sort of endless learning, and it's like a daily test, right? Like um like not only is it like a daily test, like you're constantly testing yourself, your emotions, and everything in between. It's really just fascinating, just the psychology, everything that goes into trading. This insane rip, dude. So opening at 73.75, ripping up to 77. We have this 5200 on approach, and TTM's at 2.7. This looks like this is gonna rip up again. I'm gonna throw a resistance here. That's that resistance off that EMA 35 on the 3-minute chart. So that makes perfect sense why that's resistance. It's like to the number. Okay, so what I'm looking for here before I take this trade, I'm looking for the 9 to get above 12, and for those to begin to go up. Preferably after that, it would be a crossover of the 26 and then a crossover of the 5200. The 5200 is probably one of the most important crossovers right now. It's looking like we're gonna get it. We got the TTM on stack. We're clearly running into resistance right here at 76 and a quarter. Sort of little like shorter term resistance here. Okay, 9 is now above 12 on this current candle. That doesn't mean it'll stay there. Big rip down. TTM's at 1.5, now 1.4. I'm going to take a look at this on the 1-minute chart. All right, 1-minute TTM is still on decline. I think that 5200 cross on the 20-second chart is going to be the indicator of the actual upward move. And that upward move would run up here likely to test the 79 zone. Jumping back to the 20-second chart, and I'm just gonna only wait for this 5200 cross. I don't know, science, which also might be worthwhile, but really, I just think the moving averages need to cross. 26 is on the downtrend, so that's good for upward move. Wedge on SPY. Okay. I don't know if I can look at the SPY on Trade-Evade. No, you can. It's just the data's delayed though. Right? Isn't that what the yellow means? That the data's delayed? Being ripped prior to the cross. TM's now at 0.4. No cross yet. I have every reason to believe that this will go up at the moment, because we're about to do the science switch, 912 there. Try to get in long off 76.
Order filled.
In long 76, trying to get out at 77.50. Or sorry, I'm in 76.50.
Order filled.
All right, we got that 2 contracts. Now we're up $700 in the account. We're up $589.50 on the day. Or sorry, not $700, $570. I saw the 70001 there, and that was 700. And I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right. So up like 550 or so on the day, or 580 on the day. Numbers and stuff. Sideways and slow. What? I don't know. I don't think it's sideways and slow, man. It's I think it's a very intense day. Honestly, like I don't think I've seen a day this intense. Like in a while. Big rip there. So there's this is the moving average crossover. There's the 5200 cross. That's the rip. So running up to resistance at 82, like I said. This is just all I'm doing is looking at the 3-minute chart and looking where the 50 moving average is and the 35, and seeing what's up. All right, on 3-minute chart, 9's above 12. This looks to me like we're gonna rip up to about 85 area. We might get some pullback first. I'd look for a pullback to about 80, but I don't think it's gonna happen. This actually looks like a little bit of a wedge right here. If this ends up forming like that, I actually would prefer to see a pullback, because then we can form more like a flag. Massive rip again. I'm looking for resistance at 85. Nope. I think it's gonna sell off some though. This is a huge amount of contracts coming through. On the 20-second chart, that was 8,000 contracts. Just pure insanity. I think a pullback to like 82.50 would make sense. By the way, if y'all chilling, hanging out, make sure you like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. We do this every day, Monday through Friday, from 7:30 to about when we're done. Usually that's 2 hours or less. But we do show like trades like this, and essentially just everything's live. My wins, my losses, all of it. If that's the kind of thing you like, subscribe, ring the bell for noties. Join up in our Discord community, man. We'd love to have you. Little flag there on the 22nd. Tempted to take that. Where would the move be, though? I don't know where my entry is, so that's why I'm not taking that. Because I'm like, it looks like a flag, but I just can't see the entry point. I guess the entry is right there off 86 and a quarter. TTM is kind of on the cool. We're running into resistance on the 1 minute chart at the 200 moving average. I would be weary right here because number one, this looks like a wedge. So you've got this like ascending wedge looking thing here. Number two, we're running into the 200 moving average as resistance. Oftentimes that pushes down pretty heavily. So we might pull back down to like 81. Right now we're bouncing off of VWAP though. But my guess is that since the 200 is above the VWAP on the 1 minute chart, that this likely is going to push back some for a little bit or consolidate in this area. I could be wrong. I don't pretend to be right all the time. But right now I'm looking at more as the 9 moving average as support versus the VWAP. We're also on approach for 5200 cross on the 1 minute chart. That's at 76 versus 86. So about $10 apart right now, but they've been working their way fast back together. When those get back together, then magic happens. $200 moving average still acting as resistance on this, what is now forming more into like a flag. See that there? Less of a wedge, more of a flag, which actually looks better for breakout, but I still think that this is going to reject some. And I'm still looking at the 9 as the support level. The 20-second chart can be really useful for determining direction. I often find it useful, especially if it's getting like red to yellow moves or blue to red moves. TTM is currently at 3.7 on the 20-second chart. There's a lot of range here between 85 and 87. Just little scalp opportunities available. I keep feeling like we're going to fall down some before we pop back up. But I don't know. It's looking more like the rip is wanting to happen versus the rejection. It already kind of consolidated over these last 3 minutes. So a pop is not out of the question. You know what I'm saying? That's how I said, you know, again. All right. $87. Whew. Okay. I didn't trade any of this through this area. It's just like, I don't know, it just seemed too uncertain to me. I've just seen it dump at the 200 moving average a lot of times that at this point, I don't trade when it's like bouncing off that. Even like when it gets above it, like sometimes it can get above it and just rip right back down and rip hard as well. So I've seen it go that direction quite a few times. And I've gotten caught in it quite a few times, and so I don't really want to end up getting caught in it. There was some nice trade-offs here, though, from 85 on up. That I kind of just missed. I could have probably pulled a couple $100 out of this. So I kind of want to see a pullback now to the VWAP area or the 50 moving average really on the 20-second chart. The 35 would also be pretty useful as well. Take a look at the 3-minute. 3 minutes still on stack. TTM's at 9.2. Jeez. That's a lot. That's a high number. Anything above like 5 is really starting to get pretty high on the TTM. That's a lot of momentum for the ES. About to get a 5-minute breakout. Look at this. So on approach for a cyan switch, 9 is above 12 on the 5-minute chart. Running into resistance at the 50 moving average on the 5, and pulling back some. This still has 3 minutes left in it. So I'm gonna be looking at like 83.50 as a potential entry. I'm gonna put a standing order there at 83.50 for this to pull back and then bounce off that based off the 5-minute chart.
Order filled.
In long at 83.50, and I'm looking to get out at 85.50. But I think I might reduce my intended exit. I'll try to get out at 84.25.
Order filled.
All right. Took 3 ticks off on that. Glad I did. Up 658.50 on the day. I really genuinely wish that I traded through this area, but it's all good. I just didn't want to get caught up in essentially just a big fat rejection. All right, this looks good. I wanted to see this happen. The pullback is necessary for the continued rippage. So the purpose of this really is that we needed this to pull back, reject off that 200 moving average, and consolidate at a lower price, so that really just so that we can kind of get a determination on sentiment, really, since we're trading at the VWAP, at the 200 moving average, and slightly above the 50. So we've kind of got all these different we've got this bearish resistance, we've got this neutral support and resistance zone, and we've got this, you know, bullish support zone here. And so everything just kind of needs to converge together so that we can get more push up. If it doesn't rip up on through in the next minute or two, we have an ascending wedge for a move down, which is exactly what happened, by the way. Battle on your 1 hour chart. Yeah, my thinking, my thought process here is that we might bounce right here. On the 20-second chart, we're gonna need to get back above the 50. Right now, the 9 and 12 are crossing below the 50. This actually looks to me like we're gonna get some more move down to, I would say probably around 77. It would be kind of the low end of this. And really that's, I guess what we're looking for is a hold of about 77 or 80 as the hold. I see the ascending wedge that Pawn was calling out here. You see it right here, like this, and then another one here. So you see that ascending wedge, just a bearish pattern. So essentially, once you've tapped this a couple of times, and you think it's about to peak, which often ends up looking like a double top, and you can short right there. $50 EMA at 78 and 200 at 85 on the 1 minute chart. Whew. Excuse me. Up 658.50 on the day. We're back in it on the account. Back in profit. We're at 639.01 out of our $3,000 profit target. About 21% to goal. We have about almost $500 more to go in order to get our trailing max back at the top. Crazy volatility today. Absolute insanity. But we made 555 yesterday, and we made the 639 today. We pretty much covered our losses. Almost. 1194, and we had lost 1352 on Tuesday. But we did also make some profit on Monday as well at like 700 something, I think. So we might get a pop here off this support level. I'm gonna take a look at Monday. Boom. So Monday we had a gross P&L of 682.50. Total profit was 720. We took 20 trades and 1 loss. Yeah, so our P&L at the end of the day was 605.42 on Monday. Tuesday we lost 1346.74. Still this week now. So on the week, our total P&L is 494.60. So it means we made a little bit of on like Friday or something, sometime last week. This did find some support off of 35, bounced there off of 79. Much less volatility in that though. This was only about 10 ticks, 11 ticks, I guess 12. Yeah, it was about 79 to 82, so about 12 ticks. They drop down there. It's looking like some downward movement inbound. You've got the 9 below the 12 right here. We're on approach for that crossover right there of the 12 and 26. TTM is declining as well. So this does look like we're getting some pretty reasonably sized pullback. We could just get one of these crazy candles though. But currently, I think that we're probably going to pull back for a little bit. If it doesn't hold support here along the 80 zone, then I think that we'll probably end up in more bearish territory. But right now, 50 EMA is at 78.56, and the 200 is at 85.40. So essentially, we need on the 1 minute chart a red to yellow. That would sort of indicate some support actually happening. But you can also see the support happening as well here off the 50. And that's what we'd want to see for continued push upward. Nice bounce. 79 to 82 again. Another 12 ticker. On the 20-second chart, we're running into the VWAP here. We've got the TTM on squeeze. 9 is below 12 on that crossover right there. So I don't trust the move quite yet. That really does help give a lot of confirmation on the move. We do have quite a few people chilling here today, so again, make sure you like and subscribe. It really does help the community grow. And also, too, considering community, check out our Discord community. We have a really, really awesome community there. People like Fawn, Tiny, myself, Kendall, quite a few others. And we just kind of add in our own thoughts, perspectives. And I've learned a lot from just communicating with these guys. And I think that's one of the best things about the community is that, you know, we're not here to compete with each other. We're just here to help each other out. And so if you like that sort of thing, check out our Discord community. There's a link in the description. Running into resistance on that 12 or that VWAP there. So this is why I didn't take it, was because the 9 was actually below that 12 EMA. So even though this was getting cross, and here's crossover here too, the 9 is still below the 12, and you can see it's just now starting to get above it, and so we'd want to see it actually close above it, and that's why I said we want to see it actually close above it in order to go long for that exact reason. But we did find support pretty well off this 80 area, and that's really important. We may come back and test it again. I think a third test of it would look honestly kind of bad. And so I think that it looks like we're probably going to test it. It's essentially off this 80 area. I say that because this pulled all the way back to like 78. 80 is sort of the support and resistance zone. I look at it as a zone, not an exact number, because exact numbers I think can sometimes get people in trouble. But really, like I said, what we need is that red to yellow move here on the 1 minute chart. I think that'll give us sort of a real strong indication that not only is this going to act as support, but we're going to turn around now. It's not going to, you know, present all that information necessarily, but it can provide clues to that. Remember that no indicator is perfect, and no indicator is going to give you all the answers in the perfect trade and any of those things. One of the reasons why we use a lot of different indicators, so that we can get several different data points and make decisions based off those data points. But yeah, if y'all chilling, hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notice. We do very much appreciate that. I want to short very bad. I mean, that was a nice short right there, Tiny. Just waiting for red to yellow on the 1 minute chart. I think that's honestly going to be one of the best indicators of a test back up, move back up. Right now we're running resistance on the 50 EMA on the 3 minute chart. It's at 81. TTM has declined down to 5.8. We still have 2 minutes left on this candle, so ways to go on that. Five minutes still stacking upward on the TTM despite the decline in the chart price. 9 and 12 are also still on approach for a 1226 crossover on the 5-minute side. So I still think that there is potential here for breakout, but we got to get these crossovers. There's essentially just a lot of like price consolidation that needs to happen. Does this look like a descending wedge to you on the 5-minute chart? Anybody who trades wedge patterns, does this look like a descending wedge right here on the 5-minute chart? Whoops. I didn't mean for it to be a channel. What do y'all think? That looks like a descending wedge to me on the 5-minute chart. Pon, if you're still here, I know you trade wedge patterns. Let me know. Per minute decline down to 5.5 on TTM from 7.0, the drop of 1.5. Prior to that, it was 8.6. So this is consistent with the sell-off here. Show you the 1 minute. Twitter moving average now at 84.92, while the 50 EMA has grinded down some to 78.29 on the 1 minute side. We did not hold support there. We ended up breaking down. So what now? I still think it's going to be a red to yellow type situation. And our next support zone is at 75. There's a red to yellow right there. So this is our next support area here at 75. So let's see what's going on the 20-second chart. So this one rejected off the 9 here. So we might start getting 9 EMA rejections. $20-second chart. The price is trading below the 200 moving average. So that would indicate more bearish action. Despite the red to yellow on the TTM. Everything else looks bearish too. 35 is below 50. 26 is below 35. I guess it would look more bearish if 26 is above 35. And then 12 and 9 are also on the downtrend as well. This part here looks bullish, and this part here looks bullish. The rest are all indicating bearish action. And then we're on approach for 5200 cross on the downside. This might not happen though because of what's on approach on the 1 minute side, which is the opposite. But we may have that consolidation and those drawdowns for a while this begins to approach even more. $40.70 next area. I can see that. Hey, I think that's awesome. And 16250, Tiny, I want to again reframe like what you said. Um, just I don't know, what was it? 9 months ago, you were telling me on this stream here that a $5 day for you was a big day. So I don't think that you can necessarily call your 16250 a small tiny green for you, because as we spoke about way back then in July and on in through the end of the summer, the financial thermometer is what expands. And it's very important that we're constantly expanding that financial thermometer if we're going to be successful at trading or anything else in life, that regards anything else in life that involves capital. So being as that's the case, I personally would say congratulations. I'm saying congratulations to you. Green 16250 is awesome. That is a huge day. That is a full-time job for most people. 16250, I mean, that's like an 8-hour shift a lot of the time. So if we divide that out by 8 hours, that's a $20 an hour job. So I think that is a pretty reasonable take home for the trade day. I understand that it's in the paper account, but bear in mind, that even in the paper account, like there was that financial barrier, if you will, and you've elevated and raised your financial thermometer. So to me, you kick ass, you're kicking ass, and just keep doing what you're doing. And if you got to walk away, that's totally 100% understandable. I personally am kind of nearest the same boat as to, hey, should I walk away? Because I'm up 658. And if you guys recall, on Tuesday, I was up 245 or so. And I was like, I feel like I should walk away. And I didn't. And then I ended up over trading, lost $1,400. So, I think there's a lot of validity in knowing when to walk away. It's actually probably one of the most important skills of trading. It's not even taking a trade, but rather having the willpower to walk away. Just my thoughts, though. What y'all think? Yeah, but just remember, Tiny, that compare shititis is a recipe that will just inevitably always lead to unhappiness. It will always lead to limited skills, limited thinking, limiting beliefs, and everything else. Compare shititis is a real thing, and it can really, really just mess up a lot of people. It's very evident in our current society, where social media has driven the culture of compare shititis, and that sort of mind virus, if you will, has really eroded culture at a level that is sort of unprecedented in my own time. I've never seen the culture be as despondent as it is, and a lot of that comes from comparationitis. So Tiny, don't compare yourself to us or to anybody else. Compare yourself to yourself. I think that's your best bet for growth. And when you look at other people, look to them for inspiration about what might be possible. Nothing else. Everything else is to quote one of my friends that would just endlessly state it, it's on you. He would say, if it, more or less, if it is the bee, it's up to me. And that's very true. But essentially my point is that, don't compare yourself to anybody, just yourself. Okay, this is actually looking decent. The 50-200 got really close on approach. But the 1 minute chart is beginning to turn around some. I'm not willing to take a long here necessarily yet, because the 35 is still dipping below the 50. we still have some bearish indicators that are still hanging around. If I was to take this long, basically I'd be taking an anticipation trade. And we all know how that's worked out for me. Although this was a nice bounce here off of 73. Back up to like 77. So very nice bounce there. TTM is on approach too. TTM is now at 3.0. I should say negative 3.0. It's in the yellow zone, but little flag right there. 35 still dipping below the 50. I don't trust this reversal. Not yet. Still has to earn my trust. Basically, we need this right here to not happen. If it does happen, then I think that we're probably going to pull back down at about 75 and likely grind in that area before getting a pop again. Sort of grindy right now, sideways at the moment. Sesame Street is the band. Which one of these things is not like the other? Which one of these things just doesn't belong? That's funny. Dude, I was a Sesame Street fan when I was a little kid. Like, honestly, like I get my mom told me this story some years back. She was like, I don't know, but I put you in school. The school called me like 3 days later, like after the first couple of days in school, and they were like, "Hey, we need you to come in." And I was like, she's like, "Why?" And she's like, "Well, did you know that he already knows how to read?" And she was like, "He does?" And she was all excited. And they're like, "Yeah, but he's reading at too high of a level for the class." So yeah. I ended up like getting bumped up to like the grade class, but yeah, that was I'm pretty sure a large part of that was because Sesame Street. Now, it's weird to me that Sesame Street became all political, but outside of their politics aspect of things, I think it's awesome. Just that stuff like that could just help kids be able to learn before they even get in school, be able to learn how to do things like read and think abstractly and whatnot. But I know exactly what you're talking about. One of these things is not like the other. Hella funny. I didn't mean to go off on a Sesame Street rant. Weird places this conversation goes sometimes. So this is looking more like it's going to, I don't want to say that it's gonna fail necessarily, but it is looking like it's going to continue to pull back. So this area here at like 73 and a quarter, 74, 75 zone right there. This area needs to act as support in order for this to continue to have an opportunity to reverse to the upside. Right now, 9's below 12, and the 35 has been acting as resistance. 35 was also dipped below the 50. And 26 is on approach to a downward cross below the 35, which it could indicate a trend reversal in the nearish future. Doesn't mean necessarily right now. It could be 20 minutes from now. So it's just something that I notice as a pattern myself. 3 minute on cooling on the TTM. it's actually looking like from a 3-minute side, this is looking like this is going to decline even further. Five-minute side, 5 minutes still stacking up on CTM. That's really fascinating. Each chart giving a little bit of a different story. So kind of looks to me like people are stacking up contracts, and that we're going to, like, through all this accumulation, that we might get a big fat rip. Could be wrong. You know, it looks, to me, the chart itself looks like it's going to continue to decline. So I'm kind of all over the board and undecided right now, so no trade for me. So the Grouch was the man. You never understand that Cookie Monster wasn't actually eating cookies until I was like 6. That's funny. By the way, y'all, if y'all are trying to earn funding in the futures market, you may want to check out Elite Trader Funding or Apex Trader Funding. Elite Trader Funding, in my opinion, these guys are the best when it comes to customer service, community, and also having unique plans. Like, they offer the Diamond Hands evaluation, which I think is really, really cool, because they give you access to a 100K account, but they allow you to hold overnights and weekends. It's a bit more expensive for something like the Diamond Hands evaluation, but it's also just something not offered anywhere else. Then there's the end of the day drawdowns, which is a little bit more of the older traditional style. And then they have the fast tracks as well, which are these sort of like one-off, you know, like just sprint to the finish line type trading. And then there's the standard like one-step evaluations that Apex and a bunch of other places went to in the static drawdowns. You can earn funding as low as 10K and as high as 300 grand. There's a link in the description and a promo code JSBest to lock in a lifetime discount on this. Or if you want a little bit less expensive option, there's also Apex Trader Funding. I wouldn't say that their customer service is quite as great. It's kind of more of a do-it-yourself kind of situation. But I do think that as far as Apex is concerned, they do offer some of the best pricing in the industry. And now they offer Tradeovate and TradingView. In my opinion, it's a lot more useful to everyday people. So you can get access to like $50,000 right now. They could still be running it. I'm not sure, but often they're running these 90% off discounts. So there is a link in the description and a coupon code there. And if you use that coupon code, they'll just lock in whatever the best pricing is for you. But you can, this 50K account here allows you 10 contracts of the mini 100 micros with a profit goal of 3,000. And this is the one that I'm working on right now. So link in the description for both those. If that's something that you're into or you're trying to earn funding in the futures market, consider using those links. It helps support the channel. It also locks in a discount for you, and also the company gains a new client as well. So it's a win-win-win on all sides. You get a discount, help support the channel, and then they also grow as well. So everybody wins. Link in the description, coupon codes there as well. 3 minute on the downside. So I likely should have shorted off of that just because it looked like that crossover was actually going to happen. Pulling down to 70 now, and 4070, if you recall, was called out in the chat thread as the area of test by both Pawn and Tiny, so these type of calls and these types of conversations is often what we're having in our Discord community as well. There's definitely some short opportunities available right in this zone back here. So kind of wish I took some of those. Heck, I should have just gone short of the 5200 cross. That would have just made sense. think I'm actually gonna walk away for the day. Probably gonna call it there. Up 650, 850 on the day. Pretty good day so far. Pretty happy with it. But I think I'm gonna walk away right there, hold my profits in place, and then also just I think I'm at decision fatigue as well. And when I get to that point, I don't want to keep on trading because then I start making bad decisions. So I'm gonna walk away there. I'm gonna jump into our Discord community where I'm going to write up my reflection and my results on the day. My reflection is basically a time where I talk about what I feel like I did right, what I feel like I did wrong, and also what I think I could do better. And then just some of my thoughts on the day as well. So I look forward to seeing you guys in there. I'm going to jump into the Discord community now and shut down the stream. We'll see you tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time, and see you then. And yeah, we do that Monday through Friday, by the way. Peace out, y'all. Much love and appreciation. See you in Discord.